Okay everybody, in today's video, I'm going to get rid of these things. We're going to have fun with these. All kinds of 3D printed parts. I'm going to change up my suspension. So if you want to see that and more, make sure you stay tuned. Okay guys, you know what? I'm cutting this video into two parts. So it'll be video 1 part 1 and video 1 part 2. I just can't shut up long enough. But anyways, yeah, so if you're seeing this, you're either at the end of video 1 part 1 or you're at the beginning of video 1 part 2. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Now let's either get to it or talk to you later. Okay everybody, well it's been almost a day and a half since the last clip, but we're trying to get through this as quickly as possible so the video is not too long. I've actually got quite a bit done. As you can see here, I've started mocking up the suspension and stuff, and I started figuring out where my ride height is. So as you can see, this spring here, I've actually cut one spring off and the steering linkage just because it was in the way. And I've started making my own springs. So here, from Lucas C, he showed this on his channel, how to make your own arched leaf springs. So I took that and I kind of ran with it. Put some tubing on the ends, you know, so that you can pivot. Now, I cut the two end pieces off the springs, right? Got the springs off, and this end here, I cut out some of the plastic. As you can see, I've cut out some of the plastic in here, right? Okay, and this one I cut off right at the end. As you can see, this little bump right here, I cut that off and kept that. So you can see I cut that piece off, right? That's right here. Cut that off. Now very carefully I drill the hole straight through from here to the other side, right? Same thing on here. I drill the hole straight through, right? And here's what I've got. So the front one, as you can see here, I drill the hole straight through, big enough for my rod, and I cut the inside of it out deep enough to fit the tube and everything that goes through, right? Let's see if I can do this here. So that'll go through like that. Okay. Now on the other end, I actually cut this piece, like I said. All right. So I cut that, drilled it through, made some shackles. All right. So the two pieces that go up. Drill holes at the other end so that the other tube can go through. Okay, so now I kind of have working suspension, right? So when the spring compresses, the shackle moves, the other end just goes up and down because it stays stationary, right? So that gets put onto the frame like so. Okay. So, like I said, once everything's glued into place, if I hold this bottom one still and the end one still, you can see that the shackle will move, right? Now, of course, you can also see that the arches are way higher. So now, when it comes time to put the axle in, the axle is actually going to sit on top of this, right back in the old spot, right? But it's going to be way higher. So that's what that is. And I'll get the other side done up probably for the next video. I'll probably get the engine started to put together. I've got all the tires sanded on the outside, and some of them I'm just cleaning up the bevel on the inside. Bevel on the outside is good. So I think I got a couple more here to do. Yeah, a couple more to do. And those are done. I got the spare tire sprayed black. Now I just used a semi-gloss black, right? And it turned out pretty good, actually. You know, this one's just a spare tire, but that's okay. The rims have been cut and kind of temporarily fitted with the centers. Let's see. Thought I did one already here. Oh, it's a spare tire I did. Probably hard to see, but once I cut the back of, once I cut it down so that it would fit the width of the tire, it's now just flat. So on here, you probably can't see it, but I beveled the inside just to make it look a little better instead of being completely flat and square, right? So yeah, I got to do all the rims like that, and those will be ready. I'll paint all the tires and get them ready, and we'll go from there. Now, I did say that I was going to be printing out a twin turbo setup, and I have done that, among other parts. So for the turbo setup, see this here, I didn't print this last time, forgot to. This here is the belt and pulley set that goes with the engine. Now this is just off the printer, so it's not cleaned up yet, but as you can see, there is a lot of detail in this. So again, if you want anything of this resin stuff that you see, yeah, go check out Hobbyworks. The link will be down in the description. This here will go on the front of the engine somewhere, kind of so. I have to figure it out. It's on there somehow. I have to figure it out. But yeah, it goes on there. And that'll go with that. So there's that. There's the headers for the twin turbo setup. Now again, here's the ones that come with the engine. And as you can see, the twin turbo setup has, you know, a different end on it and everything. Basically the exact same headers. Again, they will fit in the big block because they're indexed for it. You may have to clean up things. So I haven't even cleaned this up yet, and look how good it fits. Look at that. That's awesome. So yeah, there's the headers for it. I'm not going to be using this intake. This one's for carburetors. But I will be cleaning this intake up, and this one will go on here, and that's part of the turbo setup. All right. Now here's the twin turbos. Again, I don't know why I'm zoomed out, but nice detail on the turbos. That's the exhaust side. There's your intake side. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Of course, they're mirrored turbos. So technically, they're not twin turbo. They're actually opposite turbos. Twins, this one would be, in a sense, facing this way. So you'd have, yeah. People like mirrored ones, but realistically, when you're going to do a twin turbo setup, go with turbos that are the same. This way, if you ever have a problem and you've got a spare turbo, doesn't matter which turbo that goes bad, you have a spare turbo for it. Otherwise, you got to carry two turbos. In case this one goes bad, you got one to replace it. If this one goes bad, you got one to replace that. But if these are asymmetrical, you know, so your turbos are the same technically, if you carry one turbo, save space, right? Drag and drive stuff. Now there is a blow-off valve, which is very hard to show you. There's a blow-off valve. Forget what this is for, but there's a tube that goes with the turbo kit. I did have technically 3 failures All right. And that is due to my negligence. I didn't put enough supports. So use your crossover tube for the intake. All right. This goes into your intake. And I got to print off another blow-off tube or blow-off valve because there should be one here, one on each side. Then there's your tubes that come from the exhaust up to the turbos. All right. Those didn't print, but this one here, it failed. As you can see, it failed. And one side held, the other side didn't. So I just got to put more supports on it, and that's it. For some reason, these ones let go, but wasn't quite enough. So I'll just remock those in and print them out again. So those are good. Something else I printed was the winch for the truck. I have to make a hook, wrap my own cable. Now there is a complete one that you can print. It's already mounted on the base for the winch. The fair lead's already on it and everything. I mean, look how good that fits together. You know, just sits in there so nice. The fair lead would go on there, right? And then I just got to make myself a hook, wrap my own cable. But there is one that is complete, has the look of cable, and the hook is already there and all that stuff. So I got that printed for the front of the truck. I need your opinion, though, on something. Here's the rim and the tire. Okay. Now, I took these bead locks from Miguel's site. What do you think of these bead locks on here? Do they suit it? I gotta push the rim up a little bit, but do they suit that? You know, I'm kind of liking it more so without the bead lock. I was thinking I'd like it with the bead lock, but I think I like it more of a traditional tire and rim. This guy doesn't have a whole lot of money, so, you know, just, I don't know, bead locks, they look good, but at the same time, like they stick out a little bit. I'd probably have to cut in a bit of a groove, you know, just to set them down or sand them a little thinner, you know. But I like the look of the bead lock, but at the same time, I don't. This isn't a mud truck or, you know, racing truck or anything. So I'm thinking, let me know what you think. I'm thinking of leaving them off. Something else I made is a high lift jack. This is the bracket that would go into the back of the truck. I made two different sizes. All right. That's the bracket. This would get mounted in the back of the truck. And of course, now there's this piece, right? The jack portion itself, which with a little bit of cleanup, that'll slide in there. It's a little tight because, like I said, nothing's been cleaned up yet. And then there is the handle portion, and again, this probably needs some cleaning for it to fit perfectly in there. Yeah, it's a little tight, so I'm not going to force it and break it. But yeah, that will slide down. So this will be part of it like that, inside there. And that gets mounted in the back of your truck. All right, you can mount it either flat up and down, you know, standing up, or you can mount it on its side, you know, kind of thing, like this, or on the side of the bed, whatever you want to do. So I got those, and I printed off an Optima battery. So I'll get that all painted up and done up. And something else I did was I printed out, I don't even know if it'll focus on this. I printed out some tire valves. You know, the valve stems and the rims. Yeah, I printed out a bunch of those. It won't even focus properly, but yeah, I printed out a bunch of those so I can drill into the rim. You know, wherever once I've got my rim's center section set where it's going to be, I can drill from this side, the thickness of the bottom part, and then I can just paint it and glue it in. All right. So that's that, and that's everything. So I'm going to leave you at this. I know, holy crap, it's going to be a long video. But yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button. If you want anything here that's resin, go check out Miguel's site at hobbyworks.com. Link will be down in the description. hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell for me. It's all free. Give me a follow on my Instagram, my Facebook group. And with all that being said, no matter what you build, just do it your way. Until next time, later.